third economic principle, our third of the core principles of economics, is the marginal principle. The marginal principle says that decisions about quantities are best made incrementally. That is, a little bit at a time, thinking about small changes. In doing so, we're really applying the cost-benefit principle. It's just we're doing it in small amounts. We're thinking about, for a tiny change, how much extra benefit do we get? We call that the marginal benefit. How much extra cost do we incur? We call that the marginal cost. This term marginal is going to get used over and over again in this class. If you read it as extra or additional, then you'll be just fine. Okay, so let's think about how we could apply that marginal principle. We're going to be thinking about a particular item that we could buy. So one that's on my mind at the moment is video games. How many full-price video games should I buy this year? So now that's something that I could apply this marginal principle to. I don't mean to suggest that this is the way that people actually think about this, but it illustrates the decision-making process. So I'm thinking about how many video games to buy. I start with no video games that I'm buying this year, and I ask myself, should I buy one more? To do that, I apply that cost-benefit principle, comparing the benefit and cost of that first, or in other words, say it as the next video game. Is the marginal benefit, how much benefit I'll obtain from buying that video game, greater than or equal to its marginal cost? If so, then I should buy one more video game. If not, I should stop and buy, well, 0. But let's suppose I've decided that I should buy at least one. Then I buy that one, and then I ask myself the same question, should I buy one more? I've already bought one, should I buy a second one? Again, I apply that cost-benefit principle. Is the marginal benefit of the second game greater than its marginal cost? In many of these situations, that marginal cost is going to be staying the same. You know, when I buy an extra video game, the store doesn't start to change its price on me. But the marginal benefit is very likely to be decreasing, right? Because if I buy one game that I'm excited about, and then I buy a second one, I don't have as much time left to play that second one. And for a third one, again, I have even less time available to play that third one. And so at some point, I come to a point where the marginal benefit of that next game that I'm considering buying, whether it's the second or the fourth or the 10th, is now lower than that marginal cost, and so I should stop buying video games. This is something that we capture in what we call the rational rule. The rational rule says if something's worth doing, keep on doing it until those marginal benefits are either equal to or they fall below your marginal cost, at which point you should stop doing it. Every time we buy something where our marginal benefit is greater than our marginal cost, we increase our economic surplus. If we bought something where the marginal benefit was less than marginal cost, we would decrease our economic surplus. And if we think of ourselves as people trying to maximize the total amount of economic surplus that we have, that it follows that we should follow this rational rule when we're choosing how much to buy.